equipment, but I will do my best despite the situation and the circumstances. My name is Josh. I'm the head of this YouTube channel here. I wanted to do a video for you guys that way you guys can see what Portland is really like. And I'm going to give you guys a bit of a background story. When Black Lives Matter movement moved into Portland, they literally destroyed the entire city. They defunded the police. Crime went through the roof. And the entire movement refused to denounce Antifa as part of their own organization. So that created friction where people a lot of times associate Black Lives Matter movement with Antifa. Either way, once they left, unlike most people, when they think about movements, they think about, oh, it's going to leave the city in a better place. This left the city of Portland completely trashed for months. And it got to a point where businesses have left. Contracts with hotels have been canceled with, airlines and different companies out there. And, it has caused a huge amount of turmoil because the city government, the state, the county have failed. And ultimately, they're playing politics. So when I say they're playing politics, so we just had our midterm election this last few months. And with that being said, the governor of Oregon was up for re-election. There was an election for governor of California. At that time, the mayor of Portland decided to sign into law prohibiting any sleeping for homeless people in the city streets. Okay, and for a time, the city looked decent for the holidays. People were out shopping. The cities were clean. The streets were clean. People looked normal again. Portland felt normal again, right? And, I hate when I have to say it like this, but I hate it when politicians use elections to actually do their damn job that they should have been doing beforehand. And they failed to do that. So I'm going to show you guys what Portland looks like right now, live. It is 4:42 in the morning, okay? It is Monday morning in Portland. So I'm going to show you guys what Portland looks like today, and you guys can see for yourself. I'm going to switch the camera over. I'm going to make an adjustment. Obviously, my mount, I'm not a funded camera person, so I will do my best to give you guys as much detail as possible. Okay. And then if you guys have any issues at all, obviously, like I said, this is not a professional video. I think professional videos look amazing, but I don't want you guys to have amazing. I want you guys to have the truth. Simple as that. I want you guys to know exactly what Portland looks like and what the city has kind of turned into. And so I will stop anytime I see something that is worth kind of letting you guys really focus on, because like I said, this is wrong. Now, for the most part, this area isn't too bad. Like, you have your Christmas lights and whatnot, and it looks all great. Right now, we are on 6th Avenue, okay? And making a left-hand turn on Taylor. Okay, and I'm just gonna go and do a few circles. I will call out the streets as I pass them or going down them. We're gonna get ready and pass Broadway right now. We're on Broadway and Taylor. There's the Columbia Sportswear Company over there on the left. Okay, and then you have your Marios over there on the right. And I'm not going to be a Karen and try to sugarcoat it for you or try to make it sound dramatic. Look, it just is what it is. And the city has started to look like shit again, unfortunately. And that's just the way it is. And, I wish it wasn't like that, but that's just what it's turned into. So, passing 9th Avenue on Taylor. Okay, and we are on 10th Avenue now. And I'm actually gonna make a right-hand turn here. This is Yamhill Street, okay? And I'm glad I did, because now I can show you something. So, dumpster status. Check it out. It's like, dude, for real, like this has been happening all over the city. Trash dumps just tossed over. You know, trash being left out at the train station here. This is Portland, you know? And this is what people don't show you. Homeless guy sleeping in a wheelchair at the train stop. Okay? And the only reason why I'm holding my phone, you know, if the city wants to write me a citation, by all means, go ahead, is because there's no one really out driving right now, and I'm going 12 miles an hour. So there's not really much of an area where I have to worry about having my phone being a distraction. You have guys right there that are just sleeping in little pockets, okay? And there's where the Christmas lighting was. Obviously, there are still people out and about. Not sure if they're homeless or not. Just gonna take that off the charger really quick so everyone can see what we got here. So I'm gonna go all the way down to as close as I can get to the bridge. I really want to see the bridge because you know, we had to pass the bridge getting in here. Yeah, see, they made this a bus lane. I don't know why they did that. Worst idea they ever made, because then you can't make turns. So we're on Morrison Street right now, and 6th Avenue. You know, doesn't look terrible. You have your Wells Fargo Bank there, but then you have tagging on the walls. The park is just, it's dead. You know, at 4:30 in the morning, we're getting close to 5 a.m. It's pretty much dead. Now, everyone can have their own opinion on what they should expect from Portland, and that's great and wonderful, but you know, people out here that moved out here, you know, 6-7 years ago, will say that the city of Portland was an entirely different place. Yeah, see, this is dumb. They make us do a complete turn, and they removed that right-hand turn so they can put a bus stop and a bike lane. And I think that is absolutely retarded. I'm a California driver driving in Portland, and like I said, I don't really like it up here. And the only reason why I moved up here was my mom lived up here before she passed away. So you have your dumpster trucks, which are great. You know, those guys are freaking awesome. They help keep the city clean, and they definitely don't give it enough credit like they should. Okay. Passing 5th Avenue. You got your One Medical and your other types of businesses that are not here anymore. Okay. And now we're actually getting to the area where we have the bridge. So that'll be, I think that's the Morrison Bridge. I can't be sure. I have to double check. But you'll notice businesses for lease. Businesses are empty. And, you know, places are just, it's desolate. They're just not, nobody wants to do business here. You know, it looks trashy. So I'm gonna put this back on the mount really quick. Like I said, if I see something, I'll post it and I'll show you guys more specifically. Okay, and we are on 1st Street, 2nd Street now. So 2nd Street, I'm actually gonna go ahead and make a left here. Okay. And this is Washington Street, and so Washington Street and Southwest 2nd Avenue. Love that mount, by the way. But yeah, look at this. I mean, everything is just kind of dead. You got a car or two here and there, but nothing really worth, like, it just, you know, it's like it's dried out. I don't know how else to word it. It's like, you know, when something loses its flavor and there's just nothing there anymore. It's just dried out. That's the way you could describe the city. You know, you got junkies like this guy right here that are just going around and doing whatever the hell they're doing. I mean, I know you got this in every other city, but it's just like, it's repulsive, you know? It's repulsive when you're seeing dumpsters like that, you know, being tossed up, you know, and people in their wheelchairs, and then just, you know, it's kind of ghetto. I mean, not gonna beat around the bush, man. There's trash all over the place. Look at that. Like, it's just dirty up here. And you know, it's repulsive. Okay, you know, you got people up here that are trying to do well for themselves, and you know, and I get it, but then you got people like this, again, sleeping on the street. You know, it's like, freaking heck, sleeping on the street. Everyone is just still like, it's repulsive to look at. It's, you know, as a guy that used to live up here, it's like, I don't like looking at this kind of stuff. I don't want to see people shooting up in the middle of the street and then, you know, standing around like a, you know, like a zombie for the rest of the damn night. It's, you know, I work a job, I do my, you know, I'm a hard worker and I do my best to provide, but this is the city that, you know, I got to work in, and it's not something I'm proud of, man. It sucks. You know, I love my job, but I don't like the location. Like I said, it's just dingy. You know, you got signs everywhere, and it's just unclean. I mean, I don't know how else to word it to you guys. Okay, and so right now we're on, let's see, what street are we on? We'll find out just a sec here, because I don't know what street I'm on. So this is 11th Avenue and Alder Street. Okay, you got your Domain Serene store right there, whatever that is. Like, it's like another one of those shopping stores. You got your I don't think that's some type of, I don't know if that's it says Centric, so I don't know if that's like a nightclub or a business. It could be a gym, maybe, I don't know. Oh, it's a Hyatt, yeah, Hyatt Centric, so probably like a hotel or a gym or something. Cool. Yeah. And like I said, in the nighttime, I don't expect there to be businesses open. I don't expect there to be a bunch of lights on. What I do expect, though, is I expect a certain level of etiquette, you know? And it just sucks when you see the city just looks trashy. Like, to me, it just looks gross. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It just seems dead. And I don't know, like I said, everyone else can have their own opinions of downtown Portland. But this is really what the city looks like to me. Is it looks dead in the daytime just as much as it is at night. But at nighttime, I always tell people, if you really want to know what some place is like, go out to those areas at night, because the nighttime is when people tend not to hide who they are. That's when you get to see everything for what it is. Okay? And Portland is just a run-down, dingy city. It's like the equivalency to having lint, mixed in with like an ashtray, and then you add mold to it, and then that's what you get. It's not a very wholesome environment. Like I would not want to live down here. The pavement is nasty. It just looks terrible to me. Okay, so we are at Park and Salmon. So Park and Salmon. And you have your Columbia Bank over there. So Columbia Bank, again, this is Broadway and Salmon. Oof, damn. That's the Hilton right there. You got your homeless tent right there. They're not really enforcing the laws and the provisions that the city allows. And I have only seen one officer the entire time I've been recording this. Just one. Not sure what that was all about. Okay. Okay, you have another homeless tent. Trash everywhere, homeless people, I'm just like, ugh. You have a grocery cart on the freaking ground in the middle of the street there. And you got all these amazing public work, these people that are trying to clean up the city. And I hate to be like a dick about it, but then you have people out here that are just junkies and homeless and have no sense of pride or responsibility to help their fellow man keep the city clean. And that just bothers the living shit out of me. This is not okay. This is what homeless people, this is what they do to the city. If they knew what their actions and how they act and how they live, how it devalues and it destroys everything around them because they don't have good habits. I was homeless for 2 years, but I never acted like that. I kept myself clean. Okay? There's some things you just don't do. Not to do, because that's what separates a human being and a man and a woman from animals. And I'm gonna put it bluntly like that. If you want to act like an animal, dude, there's places to go that are like that. The city is not one of them. You got your food cart space. So this area here, there's something going on where they are putting regulations now, I guess, on food carts. I don't know a lot about what's going on. Hey, look at that. Homeless people tripped the hell out laying on the pavement. And actually this is a great spot because you're gonna see a lot of the dingy stuff right here. So we are on, got security guards and homeless people, but nobody doing anything. We're by the Oyster Bar right here. Boarded up, or concrete, and just dirty as fuck. Pardon my language, but dude, this is not okay. Okay? You got your people out here at night, and that's fine and dandy. But then you got your people that are like that, just tossing trash around, being homeless, on drugs probably. You got your homeless tents over there. You know, hey, I'm gonna go that way because I actually know I can go this way. I'm gonna go this way. I want to show you guys because I can see some stuff up ahead. Yeah, see homeless tents, people up there just kind of hanging out in wheelchairs and just like, bro, this is Portland. Like I said, granted, people aren't out here at 5 in the morning, but still, you know, this is our city. This is a city that used to be beautiful, okay, and now it just looks like a dump. So we're on 5th Avenue and passing 5th Avenue, approaching 6th Avenue. I'm gonna try to get the other street as soon as I can. And Burnside. So this is the Burnside that goes from the Burnside Bridge. And you just, it's not okay. You got homeless people on the streets, you got trash, you know, everywhere, clothes, you know, it's unsanitary, man. Sometimes you get, you know, needles and stuff like that from people shooting up on the ground. So, running this video about 25 minutes right now, and I'm on Burnside, and now we're passing 9th Avenue. So it doesn't get much sweeter than this, but this is Portland, man. As I'm not gonna beat around the bush. You don't see anybody out here maybe at this hour as much, but you know, I've always told people, and my elders have always told me that if you really want to get to know a city, go to it at night, and what you see at night is what the city is like. You know, you gotta, for people out here that want to have families and raise a family, no one's in a hurry to raise a family in this kind of crap, you know, and this is garbage. The city's garbage. You know, and it sucks because, like I said, you got all those garbage truck workers trying their best to clean up the city, and you know, this is what you get. This is, and the root of the problem, and I know it sucks because no one likes to talk about it, but the root of the problem is politics. It's who you vote for. And, you know, and I wish it wasn't, but that is what is the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and pull over here for just a second. And I'm going to close out this video because I want to go home and get some food. So I'm going to close out this video for you guys. This is part of Portland. You know, 20 minutes, 23 minutes video. I think you kind of get the basic gist of what I'm trying to communicate with you guys on what the city looks like. It just looks dried out. It looks dirty. It doesn't look healthy or clean at all. Okay? And it just looks like one of those cities where you don't want to live here, man. You don't want to raise a family here. You don't want to own a business here. Okay? And you're not happy with the results. But yet, if you're not happy with the results, then something's got to change, right? And that's, if you keep doing the same thing expecting different results, it's basically insanity. And, you know, like I said, I wish it wasn't what it really is, but it all comes down to who you vote for, and that is going to determine the quality of life that you are going to have and what you're going to live in. And unfortunately, the area of Portland is a Democrat-ran city. You get a lot of hippies, a lot of stoners, a lot of druggies. You get a lot of people that are, you know, very anti-Trump and very pro-Biden, but yet don't have anything in terms of policies that people care or are educated about at all. They just will vote simply because they don't like the other person because of whatever they have their reasons. And, you know, most of the reasons I've had is because, you know, they say the guy's a dick or the guy's this way or that way, which is entirely false. You know, and people just don't do their research. They just listen to what they're being told. And so Portland is crap. Portland is garbage. Portland is what you see it as from what I've shown. Remember, it's not the Portland that I would want for my children. It's not a Portland I would want to raise a family in. And the funny thing about it is everyone that's leaving Oregon, leaving the Portland area, they're moving to Idaho, they're moving to Arizona, they're moving to Texas. The stinking amazing part to me about that is that those are all Republican-ran cities. and states and counties, okay? And people are moving there because they don't want this kind of garbage. But yet when they do that, they continue to vote Democrat. And I don't know why that is, but they keep doing that, not putting the pieces together and seeing, you know, how their vote impacts the quality of life, okay? So when you go out there and you guys vote, okay, I even do it as a tester, because you know what, like I said, if you keep doing the same thing expecting different results and you're not producing the results you want, try something different. Try voting for a Republican one time and see if your life improves, and see if the opportunities improve, see if your city looks better. You know, they voted in another Democrat governor when we had the opportunity to present a strong Republican governor in the state of Oregon. What did they do? They voted another Democrat in office. And this is what the city looks like. So when people are complaining about the city not being, you know, safe, or the city not being good for businesses, the city not being good to raise a family, you voted for that. Most of the people in Portland are Democrat. You voted for that. And so what you voted for is what you're gonna get. And what you're gonna get is crap. You know, and you know what, like I said, if you don't believe me, test me, try something different. Because you know what? Obviously something ain't working right, because it's not producing the results. If the results that you want to achieve are, I want to have a good business, I want to see businesses flourish, I want to see local businesses flourish, I want to see families growing up and being able to call this place their home, I want to see, you know, a good, strong, you know, education system for our children, I want to see a good, you know, church community for fellowship, I want to see good places where people can be wholesome and have a life and enjoy a quality of life. If that's what you're looking for and you're not getting it, ask yourself, what is it that's making it me not being able to get that, what I want? And the most basic root is, this is who you voted for. And it's not a Republican or Democrat. I'm not trying to say vote for this party or vote for that party. I'm just telling you for what it is. And people out there don't always want to hear the truth. But the reality is, the root of all your problems in terms of quality of life, the government imposes taxes on businesses. The government imposes taxes on people. The government imposes taxes on gas companies, which in turn raise the rates, which in turn makes you, the consumer, me, the consumer, pay more in gas. Okay? The government creates an unstable economy, and in turn causes inflation as a result of that, increasing housing prices, increasing the cost of food, increasing the whole cost of living, thereby devaluing the quality of life. Look at the actions of a person and then line it up with your values and say, is it working? Because I can tell you right now, I didn't vote Democrat this last election in the midterms, and the reason why is not because I'm a Republican, not because I'm an American independent, it's not because of this way or that way, it's because I'm an American and I want the best for my children, I want the best for my future and my family, and the results are just not there. I'm disappointed, okay? Portland has disappointed me, and it's made itself into a place where I do not want to live anymore. And you know, for all the people out there that are very much about like saying, oh, you know, get out of here then, leave. It's like, well, no, I plan to. You know, you don't just pick up your suitcase and move. That kind of mindset is what makes people poor. Okay, but in the next 2 years, I'm actually moving to Arizona or Texas. I'm not sure which one yet, but you know, one of the two I'm going to definitely be moving to, because you know what? This is not the quality of life that I want for my family, my children in the future, or anyone. So, and if you're not going to change course, then, you know, unfortunately, you just got to leave people to their own rot and filth and let them enjoy that consequence for their actions. This is what they want, this is what they can have. But it's not something that I have to enjoy. I don't have to scrape the barrel and enjoy the bottom of the barrel as a quality of life. It's not what I need. It's not what I would want. It sure as hell ain't the American dream. So, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for hearing me ramble on and talk. This is the city of Portland. 2023, it is what it is. Like I said, there's no fancy camera footage. I didn't do any editing at all. This is simply what the city is. I don't, this is what it is. And it's better some days, worse on others. But for the majority of the time, it stays exactly the way it is right now, which is just tasteless and dingy. There's nothing you can really do about it, except for try something different in the next election. Because unfortunately, like I said, we don't like talking about it, but it is the root to all the problems in terms of quality of life. And so you guys decide what kind of life you guys want. Good luck out there, guys. Have a great night. Take care. Cheers.